All right, John. This video is only for you. Well, anybody else who wants to watch it can, but we're going to talk about the new controller we have. Okay, so we're going to go in the settings. It's down. And you're going to go to, so you're going to start at, it'll be general. You first open it, but go down to devices and connections. Click on accessories. And your controller should pop up right away, right? So this is mine. It's got a label as dad's, whatever, because I name everything. And go to configure, right? It'll automatically be on configure, but just click A on configure. Okay, now here's your profiles. You have three profiles, all right? So I made a profile on Apex, right? Slot one. Okay, this is what I have. So I clicked on slot one. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the pencil, and this is where I can edit everything. This you can map different things to here. So what I have here is you can see where I'm blinking down here. My right stick is A, right? My right paddle is A, and my left paddle is B. So A, my right side's jump, left side slide, crouch, all that. If I want to edit that, I click on that, I click A on it, right? And then I'm not going to change it, but if I wanted to, I could right here. But this is what the function's going to be. I want it to stay A, so I'm going to click A. Okay. Now the shift function, this is something we can talk about completely different or separate, but I'm just going to completely unmap that. So there is no shift key here. I'm going to do the same here. If you look, I can't put my finger here, but it's got the B right here, and then the A below it. The A is what the shift is. It's kind of on like a keyboard. If you were to hold shift and then say like a 1 or a 2, you're going to get a different input. I think that's too much work for our use. We don't really need it. So real easy A and B. And everything else is the same. I haven't manipulated anything. Now, if you hit your right bumper, right, to go over to the stick, this is where things get a little more complicated, all right? So if you look, it was messing up. But if you look, I can move my joystick around and you can see what I'm doing here. So I have it set my sensitivity on instant. So you have a couple of these different ones and they do different things. So for instance, here on instant, if you watch, the green marker that's in front of the white one is showing you what the input is doing. So it is anticipating and it's going further what my actual joystick is doing at the time. So it is even quicker than if I were to have it say on default, right? Where it's just going to do exactly what I want it to do, but it won't do it as fast, right? You see that? You go to instant, it's going to go ahead of it faster. Now, if you go to adjust or curve adjustment, and we move that all the way over, it's going to go even faster, right? So now it is going to anticipate things absolutely instantly, right? You look, see how it goes further. I am barely touching the stick, and it's almost all the way over, right? That's all the way over. This is barely touching it. So I'm going to bring that down right in the center again. I want to be able to have a range of manipulating it, and that's not just absolute batshit crazy. Okay. Calculation. I'm not going to worry about that. I saw a video on it, but it didn't seem like it really affected us. Now let's go to the right stick. Once again, okay. Right stick, same thing. I'm on instant, right? And I'm right in the middle for my curve. Those are the sticks. Also pause if I'm going too quick. This is what's really important. All right, so we're talking triggers here, right? So I'm going back and forth, but you look here on the side, it says left trigger, right? And I can move the bar here. If you look, when I click to trigger, it's going, and I'm gonna change my sensitivity here. Trigger. So I can slowly bring it in. This is be more for like a racing game if I want it to be like that, but for us, we want our triggers to be absolutely instant. So we have the trigger stops all the way down, right? So it'll be as instant as we can. And then doing that. And then our trigger, we want it as small movement as possible to get there. So as soon As my controller registers an input, I am inputting that. It is 100% like immediate. I think it's quicker than my actual buttons. Then if you don't want to switch everything over, you can just do mirror triggers and boom, they're both at 99. But you have to move one all the way over to 99. Get there. It won't go to 100. Move over to vibration. I don't have any vibrations on. I turn this off in Apex. Other games will have vibration, but it's fine. I have it all the way off. Brightness, you can turn your brightness all the way down. This is just a little circle thing on the top, right? The little Xbox logo. So it's not blaring. Dude, that's it, man. It's super easy. All right, so this is where you map things. This is where your sticks are. All right, your left stick, right stick, your different response time triggers. Your response time, I think, should be absolutely 0 or 100%. Vibrations, I have off. It says it's on, but it's off on Apex. Brightness. Now I'm going to try to show you with my camera how I have my stick and my actual physical controller set up. Pause. All right, John. So I'm doing this all upside down, so give me a minute here. But here's a new controller, right? And some things that you should probably do. First off, probably already have done it, is your trigger stops, right? So you go like that. I don't know if you can see it, but all the way up is your long trigger, right? Obviously, all the way down, you're gonna have your short trigger, right? That goes for both. And here are my paddles, using the shorter ones on the very top, as I showed you in the other part of the video. I'm now flipping it around. You can see I have one short thumbstick and one tall one, right? So in your box here, or your bag it comes with, you get a whole bunch of stuff and different things that you can mess with. We'll get into that in a second. But to do the long thumbstick or replace them, you just got to lift it up, right? It's just a magnet. Okay, so right, you just take it, pop it right off, pop it right back, and it's put in. Same with the D-pad, right? So if you want to pop that off and put this guy on, right? Throw it on like that, good to go. But for our purposes, I don't see a reason to do that. So put that on back in the case. I'm just going to run the normal D-pad, okay? But I use the long thumbstick. It's supposed to give you better accuracy, right? So mirroring everything here. Better accuracy because you have the longer play, so you have it better. Other things to do when you take that off, see in there's a little screw hole, right? A little mount, right? A little nut. So grab it, give me a second. Take this tool, right? This tool that's in there, basically a flathead screwdriver. You put it in here, right? And you twist every way you want. I have this all the way tight right now. Right? It's all the way in, it's all the way tightened down. Don't tighten it too much, because I'm sure you can break it. But it doesn't take much. You pop it in, twist, you'll feel clicks, right? Goes to a certain setting. So I have mine all the way down. Okay, good to go. This one I have all the way loose, right? This one's all the way up. I think it has something to do with how tall the stick is. It is easier for me to manipulate this one. This one's harder for me to manipulate because it's not as far, right? Lever. We understand how that works. So that's how I have those set up. You can change. It's just like the tension, joystick tension with this tool comes. Yeah, man, that's it. I think you understand everything else. But just a quick comparison between series or the Elite Series 2, my old controller. This one is wired only, so there's no batteries in it. This is the other one I was trying to get you to buy. But to replace everything on this, you just take that front cover off. You pop these thumbsticks out and you switch them. Now that I'm holding this in my hand, it feels a lot cheaper. Right? The other issue with this one was the paddles. Okay, so see that moves closer, moves around a lot. For Apex, that is kind of an issue. And I've had these paddles fall out while I played, and that was a pain in the ass. Also, the throws here, if you that's all the way down, right, and this is all the way short, is really not too much of a difference. But it still doesn't always register. So some games I have to play it like this so it'll actually register. Having the new Elite over the Power Fusion A Pro 1, this one's way better. But obviously this one costs a ton more. I bought this one open box for what, 140, right? This one I paid $80 brand new. So I got my fill, right? I used this for over a year, loved it. I'm onto this one. All right, John, you got any questions or anything? Hit me up. I'll be home. I'm on leave for freaking ever right now. Got like a month, but yeah, later, dude.